What's up, guys? I am at the YouTube house season 4, and this is the last day. Everyone is just cleaning up the house, getting all their stuff ready to go. But I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about why you can't gain muscle as a vegan, or more specifically, why you can't gain muscle as a vegan. There are a couple of different things that I think, even without being vegan, it's just a matter of whether or not you're putting these things into play when you are trying to gain muscle. So I'm gonna break it down into 3 different things. And the first thing that is always the thing that I ask when people come up to me and say, you know, I work out really hard and I can't gain muscle, I always push myself to the limit in the gym, is, are you eating enough calories? And they always say, I'm eating so many calories, I'm ready to burst at the end of the night. If you aren't gaining weight, you're not eating enough calories, regardless. No matter whether or not you're working out or not, if you're not gaining weight, then you don't have a surplus in calories to be adding muscle or fat. And if that's happening, then you're just going to stagnate for forever, and you're never gonna have the strength increases that are going to lead to you having more size. The way that I would say to kind of indicate whether or not you are having enough calories is, if you're not gaining weight each week, if you kind of stagnated at a certain point, you can add in about 150 calories per week, and then keep checking your weight. And if you are gaining between half a pound to a pound, then you can stick at that many calories until you again have stagnated. If you are not gaining weight, if you're seeing the scale stay the same and you've added 150 calories, you need to add another and then another and another. And you might end up getting to calories that you think are pretty crazy numbers. Like, for example, when I was first starting at 130 pounds, getting up to 215, it was like kind of my first giant sweep over the course of like 3 years. I ended up having to go from, I think I started at 2,500 calories, and I ended up getting up to 5,000 to 6,000 calories at the end of my bulking. So 5,000 to 6,000 calories is enough calories that if you aren't tracking that, if you're not counting those calories, you're going to think this is insane. Like, this is a ton of calories. This can't be the right thing to do. It's gonna feel weird in the beginning. You're literally gonna go to bed with like a pregnant belly. It's gonna feel really tight, and it's weird, but if you aren't gaining weight, again, you need to eat more calories, period. The second thing, if you are good at eating calories, if you are getting in those calories and you're not necessarily seeing the muscle gain that you want, you're not seeing the size increase or the strength increase that you want, you definitely need to check your intensity in the gym. Because I think a lot of people will do this. They'll go to the gym, they'll start doing whatever it is. Let's talk curls just as an example. They'll start with like 10, 15 pound curls, and then they'll get maybe up to 25 or 30 pound curls, and then they'll just think that's the number that I associate with myself. So when I go in the gym and I'm gonna go hit some biceps, I hit 30 pound curls, hit 30 pound curls every single time. There's no difference in the workout. I always end my workouts with 30 pound curls. You have to push yourself to use heavier weights. You have to push yourself to increase the intensity overall in your workouts, whether that's by, again, using heavier weights or having more volume in your sets, or if it's decreasing or increasing the time under tension, so the length that you spend in each set, so doing a slower tempo. But most importantly, I would say, is push yourself to use heavier weights. So many times I see dudes just using the same weights over and over and over and over. And if you're in the gym, not actively really like being in the moment and focusing and pushing yourself during that workout, a lot of times you'll just be going through the movements. I think a lot of people just go through the movements. They see a workout online and they just go through the sets and the numbers without actively thinking before each set, I'm gonna push myself as hard as I can here. And I think a lot of people shy away from pushing themselves as hard as they can. You know, they'll get to, you know, maybe 8 reps, and in their tank, in their muscles, they could get 12, but at 8, it's kind of hard. And, you know, the routine calls for 8, so they'll just stop at 8. Push yourself every single time. Each week that you go into a workout, it should be an increase in intensity, or it should be an increase in weights that you're using. The final thing that I would say is consistency, because a lot of people will be pushing themselves super hard in the workouts that they do, or they will be eating a lot of calories, but they won't be consistently hitting the gym over and over and over weeks and the amount of time of a year. Because I'll see a lot of people will go on a vacation and they'll come back and then they take an extra week off, and then it's been 3 or 4 weeks since they hit the gym, and they'll be wondering why they haven't made any gains, or they haven't made any strength gains after like a year. And it's, if every month or so you take 2 weeks off, you are severely slowing down your progress. When it comes to the gym, it's a matter of doing progressive overload. So I would definitely Google search progressive overload in lifting, and that'll really explain a lot of this stuff to you. And it really is how I kind of got my first concept of how to bodybuild and how to gain muscle. But being consistent in the gym is 100% necessary. You should be stacking on each previous week, you know, what you were doing with your last routine. You should be moving forward with that, and you can't move forward and progress on each routine and add intensity and add weights if you aren't doing it each week. So I would say that those three concepts are the ones that most commonly when I talk to people, I'll hit those three and say like, well, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are they doing this? And one of those things are missing. There are tons of different factors as well, like are you staying hydrated enough throughout the day? Are you consuming alcohol? There's a lot of different smaller ones, but I'd say that those are the three major concepts that you need to get down before you start looking at anything else, before you start looking at what, you know, supplements or pre-workouts can I take, or what special routine is better than some other special routine. Those three things, if they're missing, any one of those is gonna make your time trying to gain muscle a lot harder. So I just want to make this video for you guys real quick just to get that information out there. I'll make more videos about how to gain muscle and how to make it easier for yourself to bodybuild and get that muscle packed on and increase your workouts and improve on them. If you guys have any more questions about anything fitness, vegan, acne related, anything, any video that you'd like me to create or any questions you'd like me to address, leave them in the comments below this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Team Beyond the Week. CT.
Lift heavy or die MIRIN, motherfucker.
Team Beyond the Week.
CT. Lift heavy.